Welcome to Star Power, everyone. I'm your host, Meller Meme Star. Let's get hyped into the cruise. Okay, I'll just calm down right now. So today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most anticipated games of the year, Pokemon Sun and Moon. So when the new Pokemon Sun and Moon starter reveal trailer came out, one thing in particular caught my eye. Notice the globe in the back? This only leads to one answer. The Pokemon world very much resembles Earth. The globe shows the continent Africa, and we can see little bits of North America and South America. Note that this is only one side of the globe, and I'm very curious to see the other side. This is the Pokemon world as seen from the anime. I guess the country at the left could be Spain, but it's just not. This looks very much different from our world, which means this could be the other side of the Pokemon world. If that's the case, this side of the globe has to be the one with all the separate regions. If Africa, North America, South America, and Antarctica exist in the Pokemon world, then Europe, Asia, and Australia don't. This means that Europe, Asia, and Australia contain the Pokemon regions from the game. They would also have to be relatively spaced out, since in the anime, Ash rides boats to get to different regions. This is probably due to the long distance, since the Pokemon themselves would become tired after having to carry the user, since they can carry the users in the regions themselves. One possible explanation for how the one side of the Pokemon world is like ours and how the other side could lie within some of the early legendary Pokemon, so let's take a look at one in particular, Arceus. As Pokemon fans know, Arceus is the first Pokemon ever created. There are 3 Pokedex descriptions. They basically say that Arceus was born from an egg and shaped the Pokemon universe with its 1,000 arms. If it shaped the universe, Arceus had to put a lot more effort into one half of the Pokemon world than the other half. Arceus would also have to create other Pokemon worlds since he shaped the entire universe and not just one planet. It is told in mythology that it existed before the universe, so that doesn't necessarily mean it existed before the universe. However, it has shown tremendous power and ability, so it clearly has the capability of shaping the universe. This means that Arceus focuses on specific parts of the universe and sparks life in the form of Pokemon. In the Earth/Pokemon world's case, the different close regions. I'm guessing that over time, Pokemon have migrated to Africa, North America, South America, and Antarctica, but the main concentration of Pokemon still stay in the regions. However, I don't think the Pikachu could have migrated across the world to settle in Canada. North America, South America, Africa, and Antarctica are most likely filled with bigger flying Pokemon and bigger water Pokemon, since those are the Pokemon that can actually migrate there. Okay, so here's the timeline. Arceus shapes the universe. He goes to different parts of the universe and does whatever he wants with them. He can create planets, destroy systems, and seed planets with Pokemon. He creates Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. Giratina gets sent to the Distortion World, and Dialga and Palkia help Arceus shape the universe. He also creates Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf to give all life in the universe emotions. Arceus goes to a specific part of Earth and seeds it with Kyogre from the pressure in the deep sea trenches, Groudon from magma, Rayquaza with minerals in the ozone layer, and Mew, which allows for the creation of all other Pokemon including humans. Then the first Pokemon start to show up in one of the regions we've seen in the game. Groudon splits a certain continent with all the Pokemon into different regions. Then Pokemon are only found in those regions. Next, the other continents are left alone, and are most likely inhabited by only long-distance travelers and some legendaries we actually haven't seen yet. These continents are left like this for a long time. Then, humans also find a way to migrate to other continents. Humans in the Pokemon world / the alternate Earth invent many things we actually did in our world. Humans most likely only use the other continents for exploration and research. The inhabitants of other continents don't use Pokeballs, don't capture, train, and battle Pokemon. Thus, those worlds aren't really centered around Pokemon, and they become how they are in our world, because Pokemon don't exist in our world. I mean, there's also the obvious reason, which is, honestly, what is our likelihood that another planet would have 4 continents that are shaped just like ours? The answer to that question is very small. The existence of Africa in the Pokemon world means that we could just call the Pokemon world an alternate Earth. I'm just glad that Sun and Moon is clearing this up, and I can't wait to play the game when it finally comes out. It really is just fan speculation, but, I'm allowed to do that, so haha. And if this theory that North America, South America, Africa, and Antarctica doesn't make any sense, Pokemon Go will definitely tie everything together. Honestly, it could just be that the game developers are lazy, but what if though? What if? So that's it for this episode of Star Power. If you liked it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, Usual, typical, stereotypical YouTube end note. And if you didn't like it, please feel free to rant about it in the comments section, start a flame war, or whatever the hell you want. Just don't hurt my feelings, okay? Okay, just don't hurt my feelings. Thank you. On that note, I wish you a very wonderful rest of your day. Trying to think of a unique end for this video. This video is dragging on way too long now at this point. But, how do I end it? You know what? You know what? You know what? This is Star Power, signing off. There, done.